Hello, and how we doing? So last night, I forgot to update on my doctor visit. I said something about it in the video and didn't update on it. So I'll do that now. My blood pressure at the doctor's office was 135 over 75. My blood sugar was 143. All my other vitals, checking my heart rate and everything else were good. My heart rate was actually like 64. So everything's looking pretty good. He was pretty impressed that I actually made it this far. I am too. So I feel good today. I feel like I've got a lot of energy, but I do feel like last night I felt like I probably needed to go, but couldn't. I kind of feel a knot, maybe down in the very bottom region there, and hopefully that will work itself out, if you know what I mean. I know you do. So, anyway, headed into work this morning. Looking forward to having a great day, and I will catch up with you all this evening. All right, so good evening. Little update for today. So, I had so much brain fog yesterday with my update that I didn't talk about my doctor visit, so that's why I covered that earlier in the video here. So, now I'm going to share my experiences last night and during the day today. So last night I slept pretty darn good, other than the fact I got up a couple times because I thought I had to go potty, and I didn't. So that told me that my body is kind of working on things and that things are probably needing to come on out, if you know what I mean. So so this morning, what I did with my Himalayan salt and water is I added an extra teaspoon of Himalayan salt. If you've ever heard of a saltwater flush, let's just say that the Himalayan salt, the extra Himalayan salt and water did its trick this morning after I got to work, which was fine. But probably a little TMI, but I think it's important to share so that you understand how things are starting to detox and how things are starting to happen. When I did that, it was very, very, very dark in color, which means that it's basically kind of scraping the walls of my intestines and getting things out. So I felt great after that. I had a fantastic day at work. Had no brain fog. Felt really good. A lot of energy. So much energy. I got home from work and went driving with my daughter again. And now I'm home, and it smells some delicious tacos, turkey tacos that my wife made for dinner. Not for me, obviously, because I'm drinking water. And that's it. No food. So I wanted to talk a little bit tonight about not only the reason that I'm doing this fast, but some of the things behind that. So behind it is the medications and problems with type 2 diabetes. I have had neuropathy for probably about 10, 15 years, maybe 10 years. And it's not fun. It's not comfortable. And I've also had, as early as about a year and a half ago, I had a ulcer, a foot ulcer, a diabetic ulcer on my foot, which is, if this were the bottom of my foot, which is basically where a callus on your ulcer, or I'm sorry, a callus on the bottom of your foot gets infected, deep tissue infection, and basically comes unplugged. and that gets very infected, and those normally take a long time to heal. At the time, I was able to get my blood sugar low enough to where it healed pretty quickly, but that was not fun at all. So, and then I'll show something later regarding that. But so I wanted to talk a little bit about the medications. I've talked about getting off of my medications and getting rid of my type 2 diabetes, and that's what I'm out to do with this. It's not about weight loss. People keep asking me, hey man, how much weight have you lost? You know what? I've lost 10 pounds. Big deal. I don't care about the weight loss. I care about my blood sugars. And they're coming down. And I'll share my numbers here in a minute. So with that said, let me go through my medications real quick. So all of these medications right here are all medications that I have here. Let me move these out of the way. These are all medications right here that I've stopped. Omeprazole, basically for heartburn. Haven't had heartburn because I'm taking apple cider vinegar. If you have heartburn or acid reflux and you're taking a medication for it, consult your doctor. But I'm just saying, if you take a spoon of apple cider vinegar every day or 2 tablespoons, you're probably not going to have acid reflux anymore. Acid reflux is caused because there's not enough acid and alkaline in your stomach. And if you take apple cider vinegar, it helps balance that. I know that for a fact. But you can still check with your doctor, please. So that's omeprazole. Losartan is basically for blood pressure for diabetics. Okay. Jardiance, again, another diabetic medication, basically a pill form of insulin. Jardiance. That's the one that I feel like started putting weight back on. After I lost weight a couple years ago, I lost 120 or so pounds. I think putting me back on this medication was the stinger in my eating habits, I'm sure. So, Humalog, again, a quick-acting insulin that you're supposed to scale, which means you check your blood sugar. If it's at a certain amount, you inject X amount of insulin for that. The other injection is Victoza, and this basically helps keep your liver clean with all the other things that are having to filter through, and that's Victoza. So the next one is Lantus, and that is insulin. Again, no good. All of them suck. I don't want any of them anymore. There they are. Hopefully I don't ever have to take any of those again. Now, the ones that I am continuing to take, because I absolutely have to, is Xarelto. Xarelto I take for AFib, or atrial fibrillation. So I got to continue to take that. I can't not take that. And the other one with that is Sotalol, which is a blood thinner, and also in conjunction with the AFib. Got to continue to take those two. And I'm taking amlodipine, which is blood pressure medication, which my doctor said after the first week I can probably go ahead and stop taking that as long as my blood pressure is staying down. So that should be good and gone here in about 2 days because I'm on day 6. And then hydrothiochloroquine. For some reason, my doctor told me he really highly recommends that I continue to take that while I'm on this water fast. If anybody that sees the video would please comment and tell me why he would say he wants me to continue taking the basically water pill or hydrothiochloroquine, let me know, please. That would be very helpful to me. So there's the medications. I told you how the doctor visit went. Told you how today went. I'm again still feeling pretty good. And look forward to moving on with day 7 and all the way through 14 and see how things look at that time. So let me share my stats for today. I got them right over here in my bag of tricks. This morning, my weight was 265, so basically only another half pound. And my blood pressure today was 135/83. And then at one point, I remember checking it again. It was like 121/74. So my sugars, my AM sugar was 161. At noon, it was like 190. And at PM, it was 132. So happy to report the sugars. They're coming down. I feel great. Like I said, I'm full of energy. We're ready to go get them. But whatever. So part of what I was talking about with the diabetic complications was that foot ulcer. So as you can see, I'm going to post a couple pictures of what happened to me a couple years ago so that you understand how gruesome that is. So if you get queasy easy, you can go ahead and stop the video. All right. So these three pictures are exactly what happened and how that felt. Very uncomfortable. Luckily, I had a good nurse taking care of wound care and stuff like that. So anyway, there's my update for today. Stay tuned for day 7 tomorrow, which will be halfway. Thanks.